Hello YouTuber and VIEW-MASTER friend, 3D and retro enthusiast. We are very happy that you are here. Please keep your stereo viewer and the VIEW-MASTER 3D reel set ready, which we show here in our video. Even if you don't have this 3D picture set yet, maybe you can just listen to our spoken text and imagine the motifs in your own fantasy world. Now listen to the following audio video while you take your time looking at the 3D images and switching accordingly frame by frame. This is the 3D VIEW-MASTER wonderful world of Disney, sword in the stone. VIEW-MASTER Reel 1. Picture 1. A legend is sung of the time when King Other Pendragon died, leaving no heir to their throne. In London a great sword appeared stuck through an anvil into a stone. On it was written, "Whoso pulleth this sword from the stone is rightful king." Knights and nobles alike tried, but none could move the sword. England had no king, and in time the sword was forgotten. Merlin, the magician, in his cottage, Merlin looked at his watch. "He should be here in about half an hour," he muttered to himself. Archimedes the owl said, naturally, "Who? It slipped my mind, but it is someone very important." With his wand, Merlin drew a line from the ceiling, placing a chair under it. "He'll be a boy, a scrawny little fellow." Picture 2. At the castle of Forest Sauvage, Sir Ector scolded his son Kay. "Breakfast was over an hour ago. How are you ever going to learn the knightly arts? Take the wart and go hunting." Picture 3. At the edge of the forest, Kay sent Walt up a tree to spot game. Walt saw deer and rabbits, but kept silent. Finally, Kay saw a doe. He bent his bow, aimed, and crash! Walt fell from the tree right on top of him. The deer bounded away and Kay's arrow sailed high into the woods. Picture 4. "You clumsy little fool!" Kay stormed. Walt dodged a furious Kay. "I'm sure I'll find your arrow. I saw right where it went." In the forest, a wolf trailed the boy, sure of his prey. A quick leap and whoop! A limp Walt stepped on tipped, hitting the wolf's snout. The wolf fell into a gully that Walt leaped. A moment later, it crashed into a tree, just as Walt scrambled into its branches after the arrow. High in the tree, Walt reached too far for the arrow. Hopefully, the wolf watched him fall. Picture 5. Walt fell through a thatched roof, landing on a chair by a tea table, at which sat a strange man holding a watch. The man spoke. "So you did drop in for tea, a bit late though." "Did you know I was coming?" asked the boy. "Certainly, I can see into the future. I'm a soothsayer, Merlin, the magician." "Who are you?" "My name is Arthur, but everyone calls me Walt." Picture 6. learning that Walt's only studies were squire training. Merlin announced, "That's no education. I'll be your tutor. Let's pack up and go." Merlin's way of packing was unique. He waved his wand and recited, "Hiatus fichitus." All the books flew from the shelves, dishes from the table, and furniture from the floor. All his things shrunk and obediently stuffed themselves into one small carpet bag. Out the door went Walt, Archimedes, Merlin, and most of Merlin's beard. Dyson dangling the beard, Merlin set out for the castle. Picture 7. At the castle, Sir Ector angrily banished Walt to the kitchen, then rudely asked Merlin, "And what do you know about tutoring a boy?" "Hardly," Merlin answered. "I just happen to be the world's most powerful wizard, and Archimedes is the world's most learned owl." "Marvin, the magician, and his educated owl," roared Sir Ector. "A fine pair of teachers." "It's Merlin, not Marvin," said the magician, "and I'll teach you something, not to laugh at magic." He conjured up a blizzard right in the castle hall, covering Sir Ector with a huge mound of snow. "You win, Marvin. You can tutor the Walt, but turn off the blizzard," begged Sir Ector. "You can stay in the tower. It's the guest room." VIEW-MASTER Reel 2, Picture 1. The tower proved to be a crumbling ruin where Merlin had to sandwich teaching in between Walt's kitchen duties and squire training. One hot day, while they sat on the drawbridge, Merlin pointed to a fish swimming in the moat. He asked, "Would you like to swim like that?" Picture 2. Merlin raised his wand, and Walt understood that to swim like a fish. You became a fish. Then, poof! He was underwater, facing a blue fish who wore glasses. Merlin had turned into a fish too. Walt floundered. "I can't seem to swim." "Think like a fish," Merlin advised. "That's it. Wriggle left. Now right and you're swimming." Picture 3. A gigantic pike appeared, jaws wide open. Walt cried, "Quick, Merlin, use your magic!" Safe inside a rusty helmet, Merlin replied, "No, my boy, you're on your own. Use your brain against its brawn, like I've taught you." Walt darted through the link of an anchor chain, into which the pike rammed its nose. Still a desperate little fish, Walt used another trick. He jammed a broken arrow into the pike's mouth. Picture 4. While Merlin shouted, "Bravo, great strategy!" the pike leaped high in the air after Walt. The owl swooped down to rescue the boy, raking the pike with its claws. All three sank into the water, struggling. A mighty surge of the pike threw a gasping fish and a drenched owl on the bank, safe at last. Picture 5. The magician returned them to human form. "Pesky pike, I'll turn it into a minnow," he muttered, removing the rusty helmet. A gush of water trapped in the helmet half drowned him. "That big fish almost ate me. gasped Walt. And Archimedes saved me. Picture 6. Walt's education continued. Merlin told him all about the past and the future. The wizard had visited both. The boy understood little of it, but marveled at the model airplane Merlin built. The plane didn't fly, its propeller catching in Merlin's beard. But the magician didn't know how to make a boy fly. He waved his wand, chanted, Avis, avitis, aviti, avitem. And Walt was no longer a skinny little boy. He was a skinny little sparrow. Picture 7. One tailspin convinced Walt that flying was not easy. Merlin started a lecture on the mechanics of flight, but Archimedes stopped him. I'll teach the flying, he hooted. After all, I happen to be a bird. The owl spread his wings and showed Walt how to swoop and soar and ride the air currents. VIEW-MASTER Reel 3, Picture 1. In a late autumn storm, Sir Pellinore rode up to the castle with news from London. New Year's Day there'll be a tournament. The winner will be proclaimed king. Sir Ector was jubilant. Hear that, Kay, he said. You can win it, boy. Just knuckle down to your practice. We'll have you knighted by Christmas, then off to London for the tournament. In the courtyard, Kay rode at a wooden knight. The Walt cranked wildly at the machine. Time after time, its padded lance evaded Kay's guard and struck him full on the chest, unhorsing him. Picture 2. By Christmas, Kay learned to almost hold his own against the wooden knight. That was good enough. Sir Ector was impatient, so Pellinore knighted Kay, ready or not. And Walt was overjoyed to learn that he would travel to London with Sir Kay. Miffed at this tomfoolery, Merlin vanished. Picture 3. Sir Kay came to London to become King of England by force of arms. At the tended field of battle, while Ector and Pellinore fussed, Walt as his squire dressed him in full armour. All went well until Kay began to buckle on his scabbard. It's empty, roared Kay. You chucklehead, you must have left my sword back at the inn. Picture 4. Walt ran all the way back to the inn, worrying about the mistake. It wasn't your fault, said Archimedes. A squire looks after the armor. The knight is supposed to look after his own sword. The inn was locked. Everyone was at the tournament. The owl said, In the churchyard we passed. I saw an old sword stuck in a stone. Running back to it, Walt frantically tugged at the sword handle. Surprisingly, it came out easily, floating into his hand. Picture 5. Breathlessly, Walt ran up to the fully armored Kay, crying, Here's a sword for you. Sir Kay started to reach for it, then drew back as if the sword were on fire. Sir Ector's eyes bulged from his head, and Sir Pellinore shouted, It's the sword in the stone. Where in the name of heaven did you find that, my boy? In a churchyard, Walt stammered. I don't believe it, Kay snarled. No little squirt like Walt could pull out that sword. Picture 6. The tournament was forgotten, and Walt was marched back to the churchyard. Now, show us just where you found the sword, Sir Pellinore ordered sternly. Walt put the sword back in the stone. Someone else must have pulled it out, Kay stated. Anyone can pull it out once it's been loosened. He strode up to the block of stone and strained until the muscles of his back nodded. Sir Ector helped, but both together could not budge the sword. Picture 7. Walt stepped up and easily drew out the sword. The sun broke through the clouds, and cheer after cheer filled the churchyard. Nobles and knights knelt before the new King of England, Walt. Now Merlin reappeared, carrying a crown. He exclaimed, "Of course, the someone important I expected for tea was King Arthur." We want to add new videos every day, and if you don't want to miss any of them, subscribe to our channel for free.
And press the little bell. We are also happy to have a thumb up.